Welcome to Ascending Soul's Journey. This is Lorianne, your intuitive guidance counselor, psychic medium, here to give you all the messages that I get for today's topic. We're going to look at, and somebody asked me this question. It's a really good question, and I know that I've talked about it in the past, but we're going to talk about it more specifically today. And hello, welcome to you guys. I'm so glad that you joined. Want to make sure you can hear me, see me okay. If so, just give a yay. Okay. Because I'm not on that. And it's been a while since I've done one of these shows for you guys, and I love doing them for you because, you know, and you hear me say it often, knowledge is power. Good morning. When we educate ourselves in whatever aspect of life that we go through, it really empowers us. It gives us a sense of power back. So, what I do each week, for those of you who are new to my show, I do this on a weekly, which I may be changing to a bi weekly basis for you guys, where I talk about different aspects of spirituality. This could be going through a spiritual awakening. This can be any aspect of spirituality. And today we're looking at the physical pains that we go through during a spiritual awakening, and not just a spiritual awakening. Those of you who are going through midlife crises, same thing. You know, you look at this man, and each of us has seen this happen somewhere in our lives. We met somebody, they're super strong. Let's take a man, super strong, big macho guy. He's just been really empowered, or what it looks like he's been empowered his whole life. And then all of a sudden, around the age of, I don't know, 48, 52, he starts changing. He begins to see things differently. My grandfather's a really good example of that. He grew up in a generation where the women folks stayed home and took care of the kids. The man folk went out and worked, right? So back in the day, the fathers didn't have, not all, I mean, there's always exceptions to every rule, but the fathers didn't have a lot of direct involvement with the children, because that was like under the umbrella for the role of the wife, the mother. And then the father, he was the provider. He went out, he made the living, he brought everything in. And then all of a sudden they go through these changes where you start seeing in your grandfather that he actually communicates now with grandchildren. So it's like they go through this big, huge process. He's over there on the side. He's sleeping. Um, we have a new addition to the family, so my son's going to bring him in so I can introduce him to you guys. So it'll be just a quick second, and I'll show you who I'm talking about. So the father goes through these changes where now he's recognizing that the little children are actually little people. They're real little personalities. They can think, they can feel, they can talk, they can, and they didn't pay as much attention to it back then when they were raising their own children. So it looks like they really begin to appreciate the grandchildren, because now they have that role, the power role that they needed to really embrace, and now they can be themselves. But in order to be themselves, they have to go through these changes, these life changes, right? One of the pains that, there's multitude of different pains that we all experience while we go through any kind of major life changes. And I'm going to categorize that last scenario as a major life change. Okay. Some of us can relate it to spirituality. Some of us don't include spirituality with it. But the point is, when we go through massive changes where we feel that we've been put into a corner, where we've been put into a place, we know, we have this inner knowing that we need to make life changes. And some of you, this has been triggered by your soulmate, by your twin flame, right? So with oh, here he comes. He's sleeping. So we have a new addition to the family, and you guys will hear him in the background every now and then. This is my newest little baby. This is Captain, and he is a golden retriever. He's 8 weeks old. You will hear him playing in the background. You will see him jumping up and down and barking and doing all kinds of things. But this is our new little fur baby. He's so adorable. We just love him to death. So He is adorable. Thank you guys. He's beautiful and he just brings so much new love into our family and he's really helping my older dog out. Yeah, I do have a cold, you guys, so you'll see me, yeah, I might sneeze 6 times in a row, so forgive me if I do. But part of the pains when we make major life changes is true. They're real. These pains are real and sometimes people just, oh, it's not real. Oh, it's not real. Now, the question is how do we know if it's our pain or somebody else's pain? For those of you where you've been triggered by a soulmate, by a twin flame, how do we know? Especially for twin flames that are not back in union. Um, I'm going to give a few items of what pain I'm talking about. So, when we go through this journey and we're really forced to look at ourselves in every aspect, including health, he's down on the ground, including health. This is you can have a lot of intestinal and stomach pains, and you guys know what I'm talking about, where you feel all this intense pain in your stomach. You may experience a lot of bloating, but it is definite pains in the stomach and in the intestinal area. This can affect your bowel movements. This can affect every aspect of your life, right? A lot of that pain for that particular area is because of the way we grew up, where we are taught, especially if we come from a toxic environment, where we're taught to discard. Your feelings don't matter. It doesn't matter if you're in pain. Suck it up and move forward, right? That's what we're taught. And a lot of us teach our children the same thing. So when we're looking at the intestinal stomach part of the transformation, this is due to you giving more to others than yourself. So you're not used to putting extra energy and attention into you. You're not used to eating right. Now, you'll make sure your family eats right. You'll make sure your friends eat right, but you will go without. You see, because we're taught to give, give, give. So now we're going through this transformation where we can have massive weight gain, massive weight loss. We lose our appetite. We get an increased appetite. For myself personally, I became obsessed with Reese's peanut butter cups. Now, that was something I loved all the time, and some of you have heard me say that before. I couldn't stop eating them. And what we do, we draw in, we want, we crave what our body is needing. Sometimes that could be the sugar because sugar lifts us up. We're fatigued. We're going through a lot of emotional and mental stress while we go through this journey. So there are other pains that you may experience as headaches, and some of them can be migraine headaches, but just that dull, nagging, aching, ugh, right in here, right? And part of that, if it's spiritual, you are your third eye is awakening, and it is going to affect this whole area, which mine are swollen right now. So, and aching muscles, okay? You guys have experienced aching muscles, the weakness, the fatigue, being worn out emotionally, physically, and mentally. Having this state of confusion over us, that's the mental fatigue, where we're overthinking things. Why did they do that? Why did this happen? Why do I hurt? Why am I going? We're asking a lot of questions. And if you're going through a spiritual awakening, you will see the answer. Your angels, the universe is going to give you the answers through synchronicities, and they do answer them. They are real answers, but you have to know what you're looking for. We can have a shortness of breath. So those of you where you are dealing with a twin flame, where and even a soulmate, okay, but you feel that intense connection in your heart chakra, in your solar plexus, that pulling that you guys have heard me talk about. This is absolutely part of it. So when you go through this whole process, and it can be a lack of libido, an overly active libido, typically it's a lack of, because most of us, when we're going through any major life changes, we have a time period where we have absolutely no libido. Unexplained anger, anxiety, depression, and there's so many other pains and associated symptoms to any kind of major life changes. So, is it my pain or is it their pain? How do we know? Now, for those of you who have gone through the journey and you are becoming in balance where your chakras are in alignment, you can connect with your spirits, with your guides. You have a better awareness of where you're at. Now you can hear them, you're communicating. You've done the work. And I don't mean, I forgive you, mom. Okay, now it's done. No, it doesn't work like that. I wish it did. If it did, we'd already been done with this years ago because many of us have already forgiven whoever hurt us, that triggered us. You know, the trigger is the real issue that has nothing to do with the soulmate, nothing to do directly with the twin flame. It's a carbon copy of what we need to look at in our own life and heal and resolve. So you're in a good place. You're moving forward. You're happy. You're feeling really, really good. And all of a sudden, you get this, and you the shortness of breath, and you don't know where it's coming from. And this pulling in your heart chakra, in your solar plexus. Some of you, you will feel instantly nauseated. And I'm talking major nausea where it's like, I just want, if I could throw up, I'd feel so much better. Where's this coming from? I've already done my work. I'm moving forward. I'm doing really good. I've healed a lot or all of these past issues. And now I'm just allowing the universe, I'm allowing things to take course naturally. Is it yours or is it theirs? When you're dealing with a soulmate, especially a twin flame. When you're in a really good place and you know you've done the work and you feel this intense coming on, you feel the anger coming through, and you're like, what the heck? Check in with yourself, check in with your guides, check in with your angels, but really go within because only you know whether that's your pain or someone else. I mean, you could book a reading, you could book a session with me. Of course, I can tell you, I pull from your chart. I know what's going on with you. I know what's going on with your partner. You need to make that decision. Is there something else that I need to do? Is there something I did not complete? Is it the angels? You remember the onion, right? Our subconscious is full. We have this little round circle, layers of pain, things that happen in our life where it just begins to circle into this ball. The angels are clearing off those layers while you're working on the main issues. Okay, that would be whatever you've been triggered into, whether it be by a soulmate or you choose to do it. Whatever issue you're looking at, you're healing that as a main issue, and they're taking care of the rest. So some of that could be that. Typically, that's more emotional. Okay, you're going to have unexplainable emotions, crying, anger, etc. The real intense pain that I'm talking about, you need to check within you. When you decipher, is it have I done everything I need to do? Am I on track? Am I moving forward in what my true path is? That's when we can look at the soulmate, at your twin flame. Remember, you're about 70% healed when they begin their healing. So you're feeling really good right now. There's still healing to be done, but you're doing really well. You're moving forward. Boom! Here it is. Now we can probably, you on your own will most likely assume that it's theirs. But the horrible part, and I say that for a reason because it really sucks, right? The awful part about this is you do go through all this healing that you've done, all the pain you've already, now you're picking up their pain. And it is mostly, I have to say, with a twin flame. I never felt as much pain from a soulmate. I've had 5 romantic soulmates in my lifetime. That's not as intense. Those of you dealing with a twin flame, it can be very intense. Now, again, it all depends on what level you're at in your own healing. So it's very important to pay attention to how you feel. Are you looking good? Are you smelling good? Are you feeling good? Is your vibration high? If your vibration's high, they're feeling it. And it's making them feel sorrow. It's making them feel regret. It's forcing them, you're helping the angels, you're helping the divine to help your partner rise up because that's what the journey really is. So I wanted to just share this with you because I had several people ask me that question, and it is very difficult to know. It doesn't matter if you're a psychic, if you have this amazing all these gifts and you have access to them, you still can't tap into your twin flame. You will not be able to tap into their energy to actually see what's going on. You can feel it, you can have an inner knowing, but you won't be able to directly look to see if it's them. So you have to reflect back on you. So every time you feel these unexplainable, where's this coming from? I feel good. I'm doing good. I'm rebuilding my life. I'm doing amazingly well. Now you can say, okay, it's probably them. And the best thing I can advise for you to do during that time frame is breathing exercises, meditation. And that's why the angels had me make my meditation video to help you through that part of the journey, but not only that part, throughout your life. Meditation is something where you can become grounded instantly. You can subside the pains, the nausea that you're experiencing, and combine it with breathing is what's going to get you through. Those of you, you know what I'm talking about. This is like intense pain all over again, where you don't know what's coming through. Breathe in through your nose and in your mind, because our minds are so powerful, push it down into your through your heart chakra, through your solar plexus, into your stomach, into your intestines, and pull it out, but releasing it to the universe. So you're literally pulling it out. Now that can work for about 5 minutes. It can work for about, an hour, but you're going to have to do it probably 3 times in a row to get a true sense of calm, and then follow it up with that meditation. It's seriously going to help. So I hope that helps you. And in order for me to do this, I have to not look at your questions. So if you guys want to throw a couple questions up, I do have a few minutes and I'd be happy to answer them. I even brought my glasses. Yay! You guys know me, I don't bring them very often. Oh gosh, it's so good to be back, you guys. I have some amazing things coming up for you. I'll start announcing them next week. Okay, Ram Ramya, I'm so sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. I have a guided meditation video that's on every link on all of my videos, and that was designed, created. They told me how to do it. And what that guided meditation video is, it teaches you how to meditate. It teaches you how to instantly get grounded, how to get into a place of nothingness to allow them to bring in anything that you need to heal. So I strongly recommend that. It's beautiful video and it's going to help you do it. Remember, it takes 30 days to make or break a habit. So you want to think about that when you go to get it. Thank you. Thank you, Janie, for that well wish there. I'm happy too. Okay, so what do we do when a twin flame would rather focus on uh, finances? That's part of the process. So, in the beginning, in each and every one of you chasers who were declaring, you're the one spiritually more aware of what's going on. You feel the connection. You know that they confirm somewhere down the line, hey, this is kind of different. Okay, they don't have to outright say, oh my God, I feel this connection like, a chaser would. But remember, most of the time, you used to be a runner. Okay, remember this, you guys, because you also are emotionally blocked and shut down, just as your partner is. So remember why you were running, and this is the person, that connection. You can't run, you got to chase them. You want more, you get, gimme, 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 because they're validating you. They gave you something that you didn't have before in your life. It could be, again, they're triggering you to go back into your life, right? So while you're focused on the spiritual side of it, working on healing your inner child and releasing it, getting all of the pains removed. And it's a lot of work. It is intense. You got to feel it to heal it. So it is a lot of intense pain, most definitely. While you're rebuilding your inner foundation, figuring out who am I? What is it I really want? I don't want to listen to these people anymore. That's I laugh. You know, I get people posting, "Oh my God, don't you know? Don't you listen to the other readers?" Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't have to. I listen to my angels, my guides. So we get into a place where we're really centered and grounded and focused. We don't need to listen, nor do we even have the desire to listen to everybody, but that's what you're working on. You're going through this as a chaser. While you're rebuilding your inner foundation, they're rebuilding their external foundation. They may have gone, again, twin flames come from, they're older in life. They come from existing relationships, and so do a lot of soulmates. But they're rebuilding their finances. They're working on rebuilding their life. Some of them have lost everything. It doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. It means that they're rebuilding everything, trying to feel centered and grounded. And because they're still in the ego frame of mind, not seeing it as anything of change, okay, they're focused on that. That's their focus. So while we're healing and rebuilding internally, they're building externally. And then what happens through the process, and this is when we're holding them way up here. What happens in the process as we heal, we begin to work on our finances. And when we're about here, that's when they start their internal healing. Okay. So that's why they're focused on their finances. That's part of the role. So I hope that that helps you. And if you have another question, you can throw it up. And it's been so nice to take a break. Some of you know I've been healing from other health issues, and I've got a clean bill of health. I'm super happy. So thank you for all the beautiful messages that you guys have sent me. And thank you, my Ascensions. I appreciate that very much for the $9.99. So yeah, I had to really, really pull back from you because I exert a lot of energy in what I do. I connect with you guys, even if it's just a regular reading. I mean, a general reading. I still connect with you guys. Okay, I'll take one more question as soon as I see one come up. You're very welcome. I missed that question. I don't mean personal questions. I don't know if you want to know how 2019 is going to be. You can book a reading or a session. I didn't I didn't see her question. I'm so sorry. So my ascensions, could you please put your question back up? I didn't catch the question. We'll push the DM. Okay. Okay. What pushes the DM, the divine masculine, to do their healing is when you heal you. As you heal you, your vibration rises. Okay. You're in a low vibrational state. That's when we're angry. That's when we're pissed off at the world. That's when we shut down. We hibernate. We don't want to be out in public. As you heal, your vibration rises. Now, there's an invisible cord connecting the two of you together. So, as you heal, your vibration rises. They can feel it. So, if you got a little cable between you and somebody, over here, and you rise up, it's going to elevate. It's going to pull, right? They feel the pulling. They may not know what it is. State of confusion, just like you went through. You didn't know what it was either. So as you heal and grow, and I hope this is your question because I saw it a couple times. So I'm hoping, my ascensions, it's yours. If not, I will answer it on the next show. They feel that pull, and now they're like, "What's going on? What's going on?" And that's what allows the angels to get in and go and help them. The best way to help them is not in a human form at all. Mental telepathy, especially with the twin flames, because they have a true way of communicating. I can talk to mine anytime, day or night. Okay. They have this deep, and some soulmates can, okay, and it may be limited. Most soulmates can't have that, where you can literally have a conversation at will. Um, Again, some can, most do not, but twins, you definitely have that. And know, they know, okay? So as you heal and move up, they feel it and they will be forced, that tug, okay? And they're like, what? And that's going to help them rise up. Trying to explain to a soulmate or a twin flame what you're going through, they're going to say, yeah, no, okay, 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 because they're in the ego. They haven't been enlightened. So you have to allow things to flow naturally. It's all about you focusing on you, right? So I hope that that helped you. Does everyone meet their twin flame in a lifetime? No, they do not. Do we get signs and synchros as the awakening? Okay, if that was your question, my ascensions, yes, we do get synchronicities and signs of a spiritual awakening. The number one, you guys know, is 1111. The ones is saying you're going through this journey, whether you chose to do it. I want to make changes. Why am I stuck? Why am I blocked? I want to break through what I've been a repetitive cycle in your life. Why is it I never get the promotions? Why do I never get those jobs? Okay. So, and the same thing in your love life. So, whether you've been spiritually triggered or choose to go through life changes, major transformation in your life, you will still see, either which way, 1111. All of the ones, all the synchronicities. As you go through it, you may see their name everywhere you turn. It's like you couldn't even turn a TV channel without seeing their name. Boom, boom, boom. You go outside and you get in your car because you've been cooped up for what? The whole weekend, not even leaving your home, and you see the same vehicle that they drive. Boom, boom. And on a license plate, you might see 1111 or 1144. So there's a lot of different synchronicities, and it's unique to, to a certain extent because it's your person, it's their name. Some of the names are not really, those of you in other countries and other cultures where maybe that name is not on TV in the US and your partner is in the US, they'll see other things. They'll see the fragrance. Like if you wore a certain kind of perfume, they're going to see those commercials everywhere they turn. Boom, there's that perfume. Boom, boom, boom. The country you live in. There's all kinds of synchronicities as you go through this journey. And it is an amazing journey. And the only way to get on the other side of the journey is to go through it. And again, you have to feel it to heal it. So I hope this has helped you guys. If you have questions, now listen to me very carefully. Those of you sending me, oh, tell me about my soulmate, I will not even respond to them. I'm very busy. I don't have time to do any kind of general and give free something. Okay. Everything that I do now, because I'm so busy, I have to block out time for each of you to work one on one. So you can send a general question, like how my Ascensions posted that question. That was a lovely question, very good question. And I will go into more depth on that question in a different one. You can also look back at the other spiritual live questions that I've done, and you will see I've answered that, but it may have been in the first 5 or 6 where they were random questions. I didn't have a main topic. So check that out. I think it's really going to help you out a lot next week. And I'll post the date and time because I'm trying out, is Friday morning going to be better for you guys than like a Thursday afternoon? And it's kind of looking like a yes. The only thing is I do travel a lot on Fridays. So there may be some times when I can't do it on a Friday. But if you like it on a Friday, thumbs up. Okay, guys. Because I want to do it where I really can connect to you guys because this is good for you guys. and it's good for me. It's good for everyone. So next week, a lot of important announcements, a lot of changes are taking place, and I think you're going to absolutely love it. These 2 months that I've been, well, 1 month was getting caught up on the readings, the next month was getting caught up on me. But I've really got some amazing stuff coming, and I'll start announcing that for you next week. Have an absolutely wonderful day, but more importantly, a wonderful weekend. Rest. Take care of you first, and then you can take care